Hello, everyone. This is America's most outspoken artist, Lance Skirvin, and I want to talk to you today about why we don't talk to one another and the repercussions that come out of that. The fact that we don't express ourselves to one another, we don't open up and talk about our real feelings. We self-medicate. We get involved in so many different types of things because we're running away from the pain that's inside of us. We're running away from the issues that we have. We have so many distractions externally and so many things that we can titillate ourselves with these days that we don't get to the issues deep down. And therefore, we're not honest with each other and we're not honest to each other and ourselves. That's the bottom line. We're lying to ourselves. We sweep these emotional issues up under the rug and we never deal with them until we get involved in a relationship or with someone else or in some type of relationship, which it doesn't mean when you're in a relationship that you're always romantically involved. You have a relationship with your mailman. You have a relationship with the people in your church. You have a relationship with the people in your job. You have a relationship with your neighbors. It may not be much. It may not be a whole lot. It may not be really long, deep, or brief, but you do have a relationship. And when you have these relationships, the burdens that you carry in your heart and in your soul rub off on people. Even if you think that you have them well hidden, they're still there and they can still affect people. That's the bottom line. So we need to do more house cleaning. We need to talk with one another. We are all in pain right around now. The economy is really bad. Opportunities are not there. Most of us find ourselves in a place where we never thought we'd be. We'd say, well, man, I get to this certain age in life and this is all I have. And we're not talking just about material things as far as having that. Because if you let human nature go wild, we'll never have everything that we want. That's understood. But at least at certain points in our life, we thought that we'd be happier or emotionally fulfilled, but we still have these yearnings on the inside. And how are you going to get them? How are you going to get to that point if you can't talk? If you don't express yourself? Do you go to a restaurant and stand up, or do you go to a fast food joint and stand up in front of the menu right there by the cashier, the woman who's taking the money to get your order, and stand there and expect her to know what it is that you want? You have to put it out there. The power of life and death is in the tongue. And we have to use that. We use it enough for the bad things, to wish bad on people and to gossip and to talk bad about people. Why don't we project what we want in a positive way, the positive type of life that we want? Maybe the person that you're with wants the same thing and you both don't know it. Maybe that potential partner doesn't want the same thing you want. And by talking about it, you'll know that they don't want it and you know it won't work. Lots of times we don't get in a favorable situation because we keep our mouths shut and we grin and bear it. And only when the pain is unbearable do we come out and we lash out because we should have opened our mouth a long time ago. So we need to talk. We're all feeling something right around now. We're moving into a different time zone. We're moving into a different age right now. This is 2011. My mind constantly drifts back to the 70s and the 80s, and I'm not living in the past, but that time felt better. It was more carefree. Of course, you get older, sometimes things compound themselves and you have other things, responsibilities to deal with, but that should not be a bother. Human to human contact is what it's all about. And being able to say, hey man, I'm feeling down today. Can I come by? Can we talk? To go around a friend who can make you laugh. It's not always about sex and relationships. And also too, we need to have more contact with the opposite sex that's non-sexual. Okay? We need to embrace each other and love each other without having sex come into play. I know there are a lot of women who would love to have male companionship, but their guards are up because they're worried about being hit on all the time, or the whole day have to be flavored with, oh, you're looking good, or look at that backside, or oh, I'd like to jump inside. You know, fellas, we got to stop that. And also, on from the one side to the other, women, you know, we would like to have your company, but there are other issues that you need to deal with. This is not everybody. This is an overall statement that both sides need to deal with the things that are on the inside. And let's talk about it. Let's bring it out. Holding it in doesn't do anything. Holding it in only makes things worse. Okay? You'll never have a good time holding it in. We need to talk more. We need to relate to each other more. We need to tell each other that we love each other more. We're all on the battlefield here. I mean, even if you're a very rich and affluent person and you have lots of money, okay, you're feeling it in the economy. Wherever you were, you're not where you are unless you're extremely rich or you're cheating somebody or robbing somebody or you're an oppressor, okay? But everybody, 85% of the people that I know are feeling it. So because of that, you know, what are the free things that we can do? You know, it's not always about money, but the companionship. This is a call to go back to the old days, the old way of doing things, where it's about human contact. Forget about showing off your possessions and what you have. That's not you. You're leaving that. What experiences are you going to take with you? What are you going to hold in your heart? What really makes you laugh? What really makes you feel good? I remember growing up and I couldn't wait to go outside to play with my friends. Now, I'm not saying I want to be a little boy because I'm a grown man. I'm a middle-aged man. But why do we have to let that go when we get older? Why do we have to get so anal and stiff? And, well, no, I don't do those things anymore. And this is what, who cares about that, man? Come on, let's go out to the park and throw a ball around and laugh. Let's unwind. We're too uptight and it's not going to get us anywhere. When you look on the news, you're going to see more people shooting places up. You're going to see more people committing suicide. You're going to see most of us as we are self-medicating, drinking, using drugs, smoking, having outbursts in public, walking around tense. Human contact is what we need. We're social creatures, and that's what we need to do is reach out on a social level. And I'm not talking about Facebook. I'm not talking about Twitter. YouTube is nice, but get to know the people behind YouTube, okay? Everybody knows how to reach me through my site. Everybody knows how to reach me. Human contact. I had a friend of mine, haven't spoken to in about a year. She called me this morning. She lives out on the West Coast, that's all I'll say. And we had a wonderful conversation, and we needed to reach out to each other, and it set the pace for my day because it was a beautiful conversation, and that's what we need. Forget what title you have on your job. Forget the amount of money in your bank account. Forget all of these different things, your possessions, what you have, what you don't have, if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're white, if you're black, if you're old, if you're young, if you're Democrat or Republican, whatever it is, forget it. You are human, okay? You are human. You have feelings. Feed those feelings. Reach out and relate. If people are negative and they don't feel good, get away from them. Gravitate and bring your energy to where it feels good. And I mean feels good on a righteous level. It's not about the title anymore. We walk around with the title over our head that we are that. Oh, I don't like you. You watch Fox News and you're a Republican, although I don't like Fox News, okay? But what if that person who watches the Fox News in the doctor's office with me, and because we have different political beliefs, walks outside and gets hit by a car? I care for that person because that person's a human being. I'm not going to say, and you do have some people who are like that, well, she's a Republican, I'm not going to help her. No, I'm going to help her. Even if maybe you're a Klansman and you get hurt and my input makes a difference between life and death, well, you'll learn a lesson from the fact that this person who you hate because of the color of their skin or their ethnicity helped you out. So we need to break things down on the common denominators, talk with each other, relate with each other, make a point after this video, look within yourself, and the next day or later on, reach out to somebody in a way that you never did before, whether it's giving a compliment in a non-sexual way. Ma'am, I don't know you, and I'm not trying to hit on you, but there's just something about you that brightens me up every time I see you. Leave it at that, okay? Maybe do something for your man or for a man. Let him know, listen, I'm not thirsty. I'm not trying to hit on you. I'm not trying to give you the wrong signals, but I respect you because I see you working every day and I see how you carry yourself in a respectable manner. And I just want to let you know how I feel. And I have a little dish here, or I have something that I baked up. That's on me. You know what I mean? This is what we need. We're looking for that. We're looking to just get hugged. We're looking to just be embraced. When you were younger, and if you had that, because there's some people who just don't have it and they don't know what they need, give it to them. They say, wait a second, my mother or father never really hugged me. That's not me. I had a wonderful childhood and they gave me lots of love. But there are some people who can think back and say, you know what? I never had affection in my life. So they don't know what to ask for. And that's why we do what we do, what we do. You see, this is why we self-medicate. And I'll compare it like this and I'll let it go after this. That imagine, okay, your body has nutritional needs every single day. Okay? You need a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbohydrates, certain amount of essential fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. We know to eat natural food that have all the known and unknown quantities of these nutrients, known and unknown, that our body needs. But your body does need this stuff, certain amounts every day. But now, if you go to a fast food joint, Chinese fried up food, neighborhood fish joint, you know, the stuff that blows us up like this, you're feeding yourself and you're knocking off the hunger because you're putting down empty calories, but there's no nutrition within those calories to feed you to make you content. So what do? Your stomach is big and full and fat, you're breathing, your shortness of breath, but you keep eating. The reason why you keep eating is because you didn't get the nutrition that you needed in that original meal. So you keep gouging yourself, and you blow up even more. And you say, well, it's just because I'm big boned. No. Now, comparing that to the other, you may need affection, love, respect, the joy in your life. Okay? You don't know that you need this. But you gouge yourself on sex. You gouge yourself on alcohol. You gouge yourself on drugs. Subconsciously seeking that affection and that human touch that you never had. Okay? So you'll find yourself with a problem that really stemmed off of another problem. So when I see someone out in the street, if I see an intelligent man who's homeless, not because of an immediate catastrophe, but for something long-term that he can't get it together most times, and not blaming women, but lots of times a woman broke his heart, or he did wrong to a woman, realized it too late, and now he's on the outs. You know, we all have reasons why we're broken. It's almost like this, and I'm gonna, I always ramble, but you have a roof. This is like the roof in your house. And inside, right here, this is where the leak is coming from. Okay, on the inside. So don't assume the leak is right here. It might be up here, coming down on the inside, but it's manifesting itself there. So you've got to check the whole roof. So you may see a person here as an alcoholic or a drug user, but maybe he was abused by his father. Maybe the young lady was abused by an uncle and the family didn't want to hear about it and blamed her for it happening, or she had to hold it in to keep the peace. You see, so back to my original point, we have to talk. I want to do more on this because I'm getting a lot of emails, I'm getting a lot of responses. I mean, I call myself America's most outspoken artist, but I haven't drawn anything in a long time. I've been writing and doing videos, and I'm going to do some drawings that reflect these things and bring it out in a very sensitive way. But to pull back the layers of the pain that we feel, we need real, righteous healing. We need natural medication of love and connection, connectedness, and feeling like we belong. And a lot of us are just really messed up. But I'm going to end it here because I got to make a little run and head out. But this is America's most outspoken artist, Lance Skirvin. Hit the site, hit me up, call me, text me, email me, Twit, Facebook, whichever way you can do it. Use the social networking, but understand that there's a real person behind it. You have a wonderful evening and you take care. Bye-bye.